In May 2026, President Donald Trump traveled to Beijing for one of the most closely watched diplomatic meetings of the year. The summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping happened during a period of rising global tension involving the Iran conflict, trade instability, Taiwan artificial intelligence competition, and growing economic pressure worldwide. But this visit wasn't just symbolic. It had major implications for the United States economy, global trade, and everyday Americans. Part 1. Why the visit happened. The primary reason for the visit was simple. The United States and China remain deeply interconnected economically, even while competing strategically. At the time of the summit, several major issues were escalating. The conflict involving Iran was threatening global oil markets and the Strait of Hormuz. Trade tensions between the U.S. and China remained unresolved, and concerns about Taiwan and semiconductor supply chains were growing. The visit was widely viewed as an attempt to stabilize relations between the world's two largest economies and reduce the risk of further escalation. Reports also indicated that the Trump administration was seeking China's cooperation regarding the Iran conflict and maintaining open shipping routes through the Strait of Hormuz. Part 2. What happened during the summit? The summit included discussions on trade, energy, Taiwan, artificial intelligence, and global security. Both sides projected a message of stability, but analysts noted that there were few major breakthroughs. However, several important developments did emerge. China and the U.S. reportedly agreed to establish new trade and investment bodies aimed at easing economic tensions. There were also discussions about Chinese purchases of Boeing aircraft, increased agricultural trade, and keeping the Strait of Hormuz open for global energy shipments. At the same time, China strongly emphasized its position on Taiwan, signaling that the issue remains a major source of tension between the two countries. Part 3. What this means for Americans. For American citizens, the biggest impacts are likely economic. If tensions between the U.S. and China worsen, consumers could face higher prices on imported goods, supply chains could become more unstable, and inflation could rise further. China remains one of America's largest trading partners, and many industries depend on Chinese manufacturing and materials. The summit was partly aimed at reducing the risk of economic disruption during an already unstable global environment. The Iran conflict also played a major role. If China cooperates in keeping the Strait of Hormuz open, it could help stabilize oil markets and prevent even higher fuel prices in the U.S. That directly affects gas prices, airline costs, shipping expenses, and food prices. Part 4. Business and technology impacts. Businesses are also watching the relationship closely. American companies are heavily invested in Chinese manufacturing, technology supply chains, and consumer markets. At the same time, tensions over AI and semiconductors are increasing. Some U.S. officials are concerned that future conflict involving Taiwan could disrupt access to advanced chips critical for artificial intelligence and technology industries. That means the outcome of U.S.-China relations could shape technology prices, business investment, and the future of AI development. The May 2026 Trump visit to China was about much more than diplomacy. It reflected growing concerns about global stability, economic risk, trade, energy, and technological competition. While the summit produced limited concrete breakthroughs, it showed that both countries recognize how interconnected their economies still are. And for Americans, the outcome of this relationship could affect everything from prices at the gas pump to jobs, inflation, and the future direction of the global economy.